Let's talk about 11 signs you should marry her. Have you ever wondered how to tell if she's the one you should marry? Like, what should you look out for? Today, we are diving into 11 undeniable signs that she's not just amazing, but she will be an incredible life partner. Honestly, if more people knew about this, we could significantly decrease the divorce rate. So understanding these signs will empower you to make confident decisions about your future. So, you ready to dive in? Let's do it. As we get started, I do need to mention something real fast. As a Christian dating coach, I felt it went without saying that she should be someone who's close to God. If you are also a Christian, of course, that's going to resonate with you. So I didn't add that to this list because, again, I hoped that just went without saying. Remember, being able to identify this, along with pretty much everything else, actions do speak louder than words. So make sure she's actually close to God instead of someone who just says they are, because that happens a lot. And as we dive into these signs that someone's worth marrying, it's important to remember that being able to identify these signs is just one piece of the puzzle. In my academy, we dive deeper by helping you understand how to become the high-value man who naturally attracts such a wonderful partner. So if you're curious, keep watching to the end for a special invitation to learn more. Now that we have all our bases covered, let's start with the first sign that you should marry this girl, that she's a very good catch. Sign number 1 is that she's independent and ambitious. Now, being independent does not mean cold, just to be clear. However, when a woman is driven and she's ambitious, she has goals and interests, that makes the relationship so much more interesting. Not to mention, she only enriches and enhances your life even more. If you've seen in many of my other videos, we talk about the importance of you having ambition and drive and how incredibly attractive that is. Never assume that you're the only one who should have that. She needs to have that too. And when you see it, that is a great sign. Just make sure that the independence aspect of this is not ego, I guess, for lack of a better word. Sometimes society portrays women as being independent women when really they're just kind of brats, okay? They're just kind of jerks. We're not talking about that kind of woman, just to be clear. Okay, the next sign she is definitely someone you should marry is that she's empathetic and compassionate. Can you imagine being in a relationship? Maybe you've been in a relationship before where there's no empathy and no compassion. That is a horrible, horrible feeling. That's not what you want. Instead, being with someone who has that empathy and compassion for you and for others, that's a woman you can trust. It's also a woman who you can trust to raise your future children. Having that empathy and compassion creates a real emotional connection. It deepens the safety and security of the relationship, fostering a deeper connection and intimacy. Another sign is that she is adventurous and spontaneous. This adds some excitement to the relationship. Women who enjoy trying new things, exploring the world, and have a little bit of that spontaneity make life so much more of an adventure. It's so much more interesting. This can certainly help both of you continue to keep the spark alive and help you continue to be fascinated by each other, even when you've known each other for years and years. Now, the next sign might be a little obvious, but it's one a lot of people forget to think about. And this sign is that she's family-oriented. If you want a family, it's pretty important to make sure she does too. It's also important to pay attention to how she treats her family and how she treats your family. How important is this to her? And let's just clarify, not everyone was raised with the perfect family. And if she's in that situation and she's willing to be open about that and acknowledge that while still striving to now in the future create a happy family life, that's completely appropriate. On the flip side, sometimes you have people who are like, well, I believe in family, so I'm going to put up with toxic family members, and that's not really a situation I would ever get involved in. So it's not so much that she has to come from the ideal family, just make sure that wanting a family and wanting to be that nurturer in the family unit is important to her. Make sure she actually likes children and looks forward to nurturing them and caring for them. So we're already halfway through our list, and it's clear that understanding these traits is critical for a lasting, loving relationship. It's exactly why in my academy we focus on the science of attraction, becoming your best self, becoming attractive by default. If this resonates with you, you'll find more information at the end of this video. video. Because obviously the point here is not just to be able to identify a woman like that, is to become completely captivating and irresistible to her, to be her dream man so that you can get your dream girl. Makes sense, right? Okay, the next sign you should definitely marry her is she's a woman who's intellectually stimulating. This one's kind of similar to a woman who has ambition. It is very painful. Have you ever been in a situation where you're talking to someone and you're like, they're not very intellectually stimulating? It's painful. It is so hard to be around someone like that. On the flip side, partners who are curious about the world, they continue to learn, they value learning, and they value stimulating conversations, that's a completely different matter. Just like when you are serious about having a spectacular relationship, it's critical you understand how to actually do that. Just dreaming about it is one thing, but actually making it your reality is another. And it's important that she's doing the exact same thing. It's important that she's someone who wants to invest in this relationship. And so she learns the best ways to make it succeed. Makes sense, right? The next sign is she's definitely someone to marry is that she is kind and compassionate. And make sure that she's kind and compassionate to everyone, not just you. Toxic people will often... They know what they're doing. They know how to look like they're not toxic on the surface, which is why it's important to understand the signs, get to know them a little bit. And so they usually act very, very kind to the person they want something from. But if you notice that she's just a kind person in general, that right there says so much about her. So make sure she's generous with her time and her affection, and that you can create a supportive environment that both of you can just thrive in. This helps foster mutual respect and appreciation, which is critical for a secure, loyal relationship. Okay, the next one is really going to resonate with so many people. This sign is that she is emotionally mature. Make sure she has emotional maturity and self-awareness and the ability to communicate well. This helps you navigate challenges and conflicts with grace and understanding, both in life and in the relationship. Okay, the next sign is one of my personal favorites. And this is that she is fun-loving and humorous. Someone who makes life a happier, more beautiful place to be, instead of someone who pulls the mood down. Women who have a good sense of humor and enjoy laughter and bring a lightness to life, they can truly make the journey of life so much more enjoyable. This helps you create a joyful and fulfilling relationship. Now, you might notice that as we go through this list, the things that, the traits of an ideal woman also happen to be the traits I teach you for an ideal man. It's an interesting connection there. The next sign is that she is loyal and trustworthy. Never, ever enter a relationship with someone that you do not trust. A romantic relationship is the most intimate and vulnerable relationship we can have, and it is critical that you feel safe and secure in that love. Having that mutual respect and reliability creates that safety and that security so that both of you can be completely and authentically you and know that you're loved and that the person who should have your back does. And by the way, totally out of curiosity, would you maybe enjoy a video on signs that she's not going to be loyal or signs that she will be loyal? Let me know. That's one I'd be interested in making if it's one you're interested in, but definitely tell me in the comments if you want it. Okay, the next sign is another really big one. This is that she is resilient and adaptable. With a woman like this, you are able to overcome obstacles together. This helps you build a strong connection, a strong relationship where you're capable of weathering life's challenges together. There's nothing worse than being with someone who just crumbles under any kind of pressure, or something that commonly happens too is the woman puts all of the responsibility on the man to fix it all. You deserve an equal partnership. And yes, there are going to be times when one of you leans on the other more than at other times. That's pretty normal. However, you want a woman who has the emotional ability and maturity to be able to be resilient and adaptable. Okay, this next one is another one of my favorites. And I know I've said that about pretty much every single one, but they're all kind of my favorites. This sign that she is a a wonderful person to marry is that she supports your masculine with her feminine. We live in a world where the line is kind of being blurred about masculine and feminine, and women are being told more and more to man up and you go out there and you be boss girl. And the truth is, it doesn't make women feel good. Women actually feel more authentic and safe in their femininity, but she's being told that's what the world wants. At the same time, men are being told to just kind of shut up. And I hate that. I could go on a huge long rant right now, but I'm not going to. Deep breath. But instead, when you find a woman who lives in her feminine energy, it's going to help create balance in the relationship. When you have that masculine and feminine energy, that's, oh my goodness, that's what makes us irresistible to each other. It helps balance it. And she's able to give something that doesn't come naturally to you, and you're able to give something that doesn't come naturally to her. It's what makes this such a beautiful, beautiful system. So when she brings that feminine energy, it's going to help the relationship flourish because she brings that very critical feminine side. It's also going to help you really step into your masculine energy. And so happens that women tend to feel better when they're feminine and men tend to feel better when they're masculine. This balance is going to help both of you feel so much more attracted to each other and help create that security and fulfillment in the relationship. As we've been exploring the 11 signs a woman is worth marrying, remember that recognizing these signs is just the beginning. If you are ready to become the dream man of your dream girl, I invite you to join me in my academy. This program is designed to equip you with the high-value skills and strategies you need to not only just find her, but to keep her love as well. Don't just dream about your perfect relationship. Make it your reality. Go to CoachMelannie.com/masterclass and watch my free training to learn your next steps on your journey to success in love. I'll put a link in the description below and a link in the pinned comments. Let's get started transforming your love life today. Thank you so much for watching, my amazing friend, and a huge thank you to everyone who's so incredible with the super thanks. Thank you for supporting wholesome content. YouTube is kind of going through a phase right now where wholesome content is not being supported the way it should be, and my views have dropped dramatically, which is, I'll be perfectly honest, not a good thing. And it's very stressful. So thank you for supporting this. So if you've ever used the super thanks before or not, but you enjoyed this video and you would like to use the super thanks, it means a lot to me. So thank you. And please make sure you share with a friend. Let's spread more of this wholesome content. Thank you so much again, my amazing friend, and have an amazing day. I totally lost my train of thought. Like, I just gone. This fosters mutual respect and appreciation. That's a hard one to say sometimes. So as we've been exploring these 11 signs a woman is worth... I can't talk. So as we've been exploring these 11 signs a woman is worth marrying, I can't say marry today. Okay, secret end of the video club. I came prepared with a word, and I got to tell you a funny story though first, or it won't make sense. So, a few weeks ago, outside, and the neighbor says, "Hey, do you know that there's a hole like in your roof?" And it's not actually the roof. You know how you have like the house, and then like the roof goes like this. The hole's like right here. Okay. I don't know what that's called, but that's where the hole is. Anyway, so it was like, oh yeah, gotta seal that hole. It looks like a grate fell off of it or something. Anyway, yes, gotta seal that hole. Didn't seal the hole. So guess what happened today? We've heard some noise there a few times, and it's like, oh yeah, gotta go cover that hole. Well, today, there was like this huge sound in one of the walls. We're like, what is that sound? It's like something is moving around in there. And all of a sudden we hear beep, 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 beep. There's a bird nest in the wall and the eggs just hatched. So I'm not exactly sure what to do about that. But there's baby birds in the wall, which is both adorable and really not okay. So I think the only thing we can do is just wait until they leave and then seal the hole. I have no idea how we're going to clean that out. So anyway, that's my long, awkward story to say the word of the day is bird. Bird is the word today. So if you watch to the end of the video, comment bird. And if you have ever dealt with this before and you know how to maybe clean that out after they leave, let me know. Because I don't know how to do anything like that. Thank you so much for watching, my amazing friend, and have an amazing day.